The second you sit down to do something important, your brain floods with everything except the task. Thoughts multiply. Every small decision suddenly feels heavier than it should. You are not tired or distracted. You are activated. This is your brain preparing for significance. The problem is, preparation often turns into paralysis. So instead of fighting your mind, here are 5 shifts to help you work with it. 1. Stop treating the task like a test. Your brain becomes loud when it believes it's being evaluated. Important work quietly turns into proof of your intelligence, competence, or your worth. And once a task feels like a verdict, your nervous system stays on edge. Your mind starts rehearsing outcomes instead of doing the work. So before you begin, change the meaning. Instead of thinking, "This is important," tell yourself, "This is an experiment I'm stepping into." That single reframe lowers the perceived threat. Your brain relaxes the moment the task stops feeling like a judgment. Calm doesn't start with reassurance. It starts with removing the idea that everything is on the line. 2. Ground yourself in the present moment. A noisy mind is rarely in the present. It jumps to the future for consequences and to the past for mistakes. Before starting, anchor yourself physically. So do this. Place your feet flat on the ground. Feel the surface supporting you. Notice 3 things you can see. Notice 2 things you can hear. This isn't mindfulness for peace. It's orientation for safety. When your brain realizes, "I'm here, and nothing is happening right now," the alert system quiets down. Calm doesn't come from thinking differently. It comes from being where you are. 3. Lower the entry cost of starting. Your brain resists beginnings that feel expensive. If starting a task feels like total focus, long duration, and perfect performance, your mind delays. So reduce the cost of entry. Tell yourself, "I'm only doing this for 5 minutes. Not as a trick, but as permission." This works because the brain relaxes when escape is available, and pressure disappears when commitment is small. You are not trying to finish. You are just opening the door. Most people wait to feel calm before they start, but the feeling of calmness often arrives after motion begins. Make starting cheap, and your mind will stop resisting. 4. Breathe in a way that signals safety. Your thoughts follow your breath. Short, shallow breathing tells the brain, something's wrong. So before you start, try this. Inhale through the nose for 3 seconds, pause for 2 seconds, and exhale through the mouth for 5 seconds. Do this for 1 to 2 minutes. Pauses and long exhales communicate safety. They tell your nervous system it doesn't need to rush. You are not calming thoughts directly. You are calming the system that generates them. 5. Let the mind be active without letting it lead. Here's the part deep thinkers struggle with most. Trying to silence your thoughts often makes them louder, because your mind doesn't need to be quiet to work well. Instead, change the relationship. Let thoughts exist, but don't respond to every one. Notice them, then gently return attention to the task. Think of your mind like background noise. You can let it talk, but it just doesn't get to drive. Calm isn't silence. It's non-engagement. The moment you stop arguing with your thoughts, they lose influence. A calm mind before deep work isn't a mind without activity. It's a mind that feels safe enough to proceed. What you need is cooperation, not control. If your mind works over time, you are not broken, you are deep. This channel is for people who think too much and want to build systems so that depth becomes their strength, not their obstacle. Hit subscribe if you are ready to work with your mind, not against it.